everyone, it's Mrs. Lamb, and I am being joined by
Mr. Lamb, and today we're going to talk about two-step equations.
Inequalities.
I meant inequalities.
Yeah,
Thank you for that,
it's not going to be equal, it's going to be not equal.
There you go.
All right, so what's our learning target?
Oh, gosh, I'm really messing up here right now.
I can solve two-step inequalities and graph the solution, because a reminder, anytime you have an inequality, you have more than one answer, sometimes an infinite number of answers. So we have to graph the solution set on a number line.
Yep, and we've already done that, so we already know how to do it, so that should be an easy.
Right. And a two-step inequality is really kind of like solving a two-step equation. The only difference is we have this sign, and we always have to look for that special rule.
Yeah.
Okay?
Just be very careful if you have a negative. Oh, gosh dang, I am really messing up my job.
It's all right. It's a Monday. We're here at school.
Ooh, we're going to use the elevator method. I love it.
I'm an elevator teacher. You know, it just kind of keeps everything
Well, that's
nice.
okay. I am too. It's your daughter that has trouble with the elevator.
All right, can you give me a different color?
I can.
Red.
How about red?
All right, so I'm going to look here at my variable, the side with the variable. I have 11n plus 15 is greater than 37. So I know the first thing I have to do is get rid of the constant, which is the adding 15.
Because just like in equations, again, what are you trying to do? Isolate the variable to one side.
Keep them balanced, even though we know that in the end it's an inequality, we still keep it balanced. This creates a great big zero. That's my habit. They cancel each other out. The 11n comes down. The greater than sign comes down. And 37 minus 15 is 22.
Very good.
Now, I can see the answer, but I'm still going to show you the work. Oops.
I messed up.
Yeah, you were trying to move it.
I was.
All right, if you could just go ahead and give me a different color.
Okay, how about, well, go ahead with
Leave
black.
black for just a second. Now give me a different color. I'm bossy. All right, so what I'm going to do now is get rid of the coefficient. And the thing you have to remember with inequalities is if the coefficient is negative, there's a special rule. Is this coefficient negative?
It is not, therefore we don't have to worry about any special rules.
So we're going to divide both sides by the coefficient of 11. The greater than sign stays. This cancels each other out. 11 over 11 is 1. 1n is just n. And n is greater than 22 divided by 11, which is 2.
Okay, so we're going to go to the 2, right?
Right.
And there's no line underneath it, so I'm going to put an open circle. And then n is greater than 2, so I'm just going to follow the arrow. So n could be any of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So now, to check it, how about if I pick one of those things?
Can I pick it?
You can.
Because I want to show you something that I like to do. I am a fan of the 0, which I think you all heard in the last video. I can use the 0.
Oh,
because I'm
gotcha.
whether something is true or not true.
Gotcha.
All right, so my solution set is open at 2, everything to the right. But I'm going to plug in the 0. So 11 times 0 plus 15 is greater than 37. 11 times 0 is nothing.
0.
And 15 is just 15. Is 15 greater than or equal, greater than 37?
It
the answer
is not.
False. So that means 0 is not part of my solution set.
There you go.
And when I go here to the line, I see it is not part of it. That gives me
a pretty good feeling.
A pretty good feeling that
because
I am
obviously,
correct.
take a look. You can't check them all.
No, you'd be here all day.
Be here all day.
But I just wanted to show you that sometimes you check, and if the answer is false and you didn't graph that direction, that's another indication.
So that means you can always use 0.
You really could
always use 0. And 0 is so easy to use.
I know, that's why I like it.
Okay, do we have another one?
We do.
Can I do this one?
You may.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to start here, and again, we'll use the elevator because we both like it. Okay, so again, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to go, okay, what do I have to do? Well, I have to isolate the variable. So again, I go through like my steps in my head and I go, okay, well, here I got to get rid of this addition and subtraction before I get rid of the multiplication. So again, I'm just going to subtract 25.
Get rid of the constant before you get rid of it.
Right, and I'm going to subtract 25 from here because that's what I did over here, and whatever I do with one side, got to do to the other side.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit more violent than she is, so these two killed each other off.
Ooh. Okay.
And so I'm left with 5w on this side. And then, again, this is just going to come down with it. And because oh, Mr. Lamb, you have a negative 25. Don't you have to switch it? We know we don't do that for addition or subtraction.
Oh.
We only do it for multiplication and division. And then 0 minus 25 gives me that nice negative 25. Okay, so now I look at it and I go, okay, so now I got to get rid of this 5. So I'm going to divide by, better make a floor here on my elevator, right? I guess I should divide by 5 here though first. Okay, I'm going to divide by both sides. Going to divide both sides by 5. Okay, so again, I love this part. They kill each other off. And I'm left with, well, this is going to stay the same. And negative 25 divided by 5, well, see, a positive and a negative, dividing them, are going to stay negative.
Negative.
Say negative 5. So I know that I'm going to use, we have a solid line.
Yes.
Okay, so a solid line
it.
means I'm going to fill that baby in.
Okay.
And I'm starting at negative 5, so I'm going to fill that baby in.
And W is less.
And W is less than negative 5, so like negative 6, negative 7, negative 8. So I'm going to go in this direction.
Now,
and then I'm going to use her. Go ahead.
Can I do it?
Yes, you can.
I'm feeling so.
I know you want to.
I just love math. 25 plus 5 times 0. Again, I'm just kind of showing you why I like to use the 0 because it's so fast. That's 5 times nothing is nothing. So 25, is that less than or equal to 0?
No place I know of.
No, it is not. So this side of the line is false, meaning I have a very good
feeling that I went in the right direction. As long as I started in the right place, I went in the right direction. Now, because this is less than or equal to, I could put in the negative 5.
Why don't we do that over there?
Right? So I could go 25 plus 5 times a negative 5 equals 0. Well, again.
Equals. Less than or equal to.
Oh, less than or equal to.
Okay.
I'm going to cheat there, but equal to.
Right.
So 25 plus a negative 25 less than or equal to 0. Well, these two give me a 0 is
0 less than or equal
to 0.
And that is.
And so I know that I had to start at negative 5 because it's equal to.
Yeah. So again, that just gives you another thing.
Another feeling that I started in the right place.
True.
So, we checked it 2 different ways. We checked to make sure the arrow went in the right direction, and we checked to make sure we started in the right place.
Right.
Okay?
I think that's it.
Nope.
No, we have one more.
Come on.
We got one more.
We got at least one more, and that's like one of those weird ones.
Yeah, you know what? And I think we forgot something.
What?
It's supposed to be a negative 2/3.
Oh, we can make it a negative 2/3.
Yeah, let's make it a negative 2/3.
I'll make it a negative 2/3. You know what? Let's make it a negative.
Let's make it a negative 2/3.
Oh, now it's a negative 2/3.
Because we kind of need to show them an example.
Yeah, we should show you an example of that, like flipping the sign thing.
Here, I'm going to go ahead and I'll get my elevator ready already. Okay, so 6. I know you guys don't usually like it when the things are not on the variables not on the left, but sometimes that's how you see them.
That's the way it works.
Right. So 6 is
Greater than or equal to.
greater than or equal to. I'm gonna erase this. I don't know what I was doing right there. I was just give me a sec, Mr. Lamb.
I don't know what she's doing, but
Occasionally,
you know what? I'll let you know a little family secret here.
We're married.
This is not the first time I didn't know what she's doing.
Okay, so this is a negative 2/3.
Yes,
Negative 2/3 k minus 6.
Yes.
6 is greater than or equal to negative 2/3 k minus 6.
Oh, now I know
I've got to get rid of.
Yeah, there we go.
So
she wanted to move that 6 so bad.
I did, I really did. All right, so 6 plus 6 is 12. I'm going to keep right now my greater than or equal. Haven't done anything to make that move. I'm going to rewrite this kind of using a little bit better.
Yeah, that's a better way to do it.
Yeah, it's hard to do on the computer, and we forgot that negative sign. And then if you have a negative 6 plus a 6, well, I don't kill. Anyway,
she's not as violent as I.
They cancel each other out. All right, now my coefficient is a negative fraction, and I'm not going to get worried that it's a fraction, and I'm not going to get worried that it is a that's negative. I'm just going to put something here called SR. That's my way of putting it to
special rule.
So I know that that means it has to change. Could you give me
Shoot, my different color?
green?
Green's hard to see.
Black.
There you
Perfect.
go.
All right, so that means right now I have to change that sign. I have to change it. And to get rid of this, I'm actually going to multiply by the reciprocal.
Ooh, reciprocal means
Yeah.
take that fraction and flip that baby
Yeah,
over.
but it does have to be negative,
Yes.
all right? So I'm going to multiply by negative 3 over 2. And I'm going to multiply this side by negative 3
Can
over
I show
2.
something real quick?
Sure.
So let me show you why, because we haven't done one with fractions in a while.
Yeah, I
So let me
know.
show you why. So negative 2 over 3 times, right, a negative 3 over 2, right? This is why it's so cool.
They cancel.
They just cancel each other out. What do you
And
left with?
the
A bunch of
negative times-
ones.
And the negatives cancel each other out. Because, you know, a negative times a negative is a positive. So,
I can get rid of this.
okay.
Just wanted to show.
So that 3 cancels with this, the denominator and numerator cancel, the 2 denominator and the 2 numerator cancel, and then the negatives cancel out. So we have just k right here, which is what we want.
Which is what we wanted.
This is a special rule, so that sign got flipped, and now I'm over here multiplying. Well, I know that that's like the same as over 1. I'm going to do some cross canceling. 2 goes into itself once, 2 goes into 12 6 times. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. 1 times 1 is 1. So my answer is negative 18 is less than or equal to k. But I don't like that k is on the wrong side. We threw the whole kitchen sink at you on this one. We really did. I'm going to rewrite it.
Okay.
And if I rewrite it, remember what Miss Berger said? All I have to do is
Flip that sign.
flip that sign, and I keep the negative 18. So k is greater than or equal to negative 18. Now I have a totally blank number line here.
And now you can see why it was totally blank, right? Because
Right.
we're going to have to start this thing around negative 18,
Right.
kind of put it in the middle.
I always put a 0 somewhere. I'm just going to go down here and put a negative 18. And then I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to put a positive 18 here. I am pretty lazy when it comes to my number lines. As long as I have a 0, the number I'm starting with, and a number on the other side, I'm pretty happy. So k is greater than negative 18. Or equal to. Ooh, or equal.
Don't forget that.
Or equal to. So I do my circle, and then I fill it in with that little extra line. I call it the fill-in line. So fill it in. K is greater than. So I know greater than is this direction. So I'm going to come this way. Now, Mr. Lamb,
to prove it.
put the 0 in.
Okay, now
Just
see,
try.
this is why the 0 is so cool.
Yeah.
If you put the 0 in here,
Yeah, maybe.
you end up with negative 2/3, right, times 0. We love that. Okay, minus 6, right?
We got to start with your 6.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
So I get that. So 6
Is
is
greater.
greater than or equal to. Now, what's great about this? What's that equal?
Nothing.
0. So 6 is greater than or equal to negative 6.
Well, no. Oh, yes, it is. Sorry. Yes, it is. It's true.
Yes, it is. It's true.
So if it's true, then I have
The arrow going in the right direction.
Okay. The whole kitchen sink.
This one, tough.
Ooh, yeah.
You might want to back up and watch that whole process again.
Yeah.
You might want to take out a piece of paper and write that whole process down. This is about as hard as a 2-step equation can possibly be.
In fact, it's almost a 3-stepper when you really get right
Well,
to it.
it's a lot of steps in that
Oh,
2-step
yeah.
equation.
You know, if I was doing it, to be honest with you, I would have started by rewriting it to begin with. But that's just me, because I like my variable on the left.
Now,
So-
if you're confused, and with that last one you might be,
Slow
you know
your
what you
roll.
could always do? You could always go in, watch, or not say. I'm sorry. Let me back that up. If you're like, I think I understood it till that last one. Well, go start your practice, and when you run into one
Like
that you
that.
get it wrong, you might want to watch this second video that's there.
Yeah.
Okay, or you might want to go rewatch that one section. But
Remember,
I think you'll be fine. You're not going to see very many questions as hard as that.
just remember the special rule. Anytime you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to use that special rule and flip that.
And there's
that
another
inequality.
special rule. We hate fractions.
I know, but we gotta live with them. All right, guys, take care.
Take care.
Have a great day. See you on the flip side. And Mr. Lamb's gonna turn off the camera. Bye.